Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Glad to see you here on this webinar. This is the sixth week, and today we're going to work again together to practice the things that you've learned this week. So, first of all, how are you today? You can share your mood in the comments down below. I hope that you're doing great today, and I hope that we can have fun together and that you're going to learn some new things today. So we can start. And this week, you have learned zero conditional. And also, you have learned the words about different weather and some weather conditions that can lead to catastrophe. But before we start, I want you to look at this picture. Here we have different shapes. We've got some stars, then hearts, we have rhombuses and smiles. So guys, you need to count how many different shapes you can see here, and you need to write in the comments how many you can see, just the number of these shapes that you can see here. I'm going to read that, and then at the end of the webinar, you're going to see if you were right and if this number was correct. So guys, just count the shapes, please, and share with us in the comments. So one more time, you need to count the number of these shapes that you can see in the picture and share with us. Okay, 19 stars, 13 hearts, 13 rhombuses, and 18 smiles. So this is what Costa thinks. What about others? Do you agree with Costa, or maybe you have the different number of these shapes? Just comment down below, please. Okay, so you agree, right? Okay, got it. So then at the end of the webinar, you're going to see the results and try to remember the number of these shapes and then compare them with the real number at the end of the webinar. So as usual, we're starting with the grammar, and today we're talking about zero conditional. So first of all, let's say what conditional is, because we have four types of conditionals, but today we're discussing only zero conditional. So what does it mean condition? Conditional, this is the sentence that consists of two parts. First, this is the condition, and the next, it's result. So condition, it's the thing, it's like um, the event, and if this event happens, then the result can happen in real life too. So it means it's like the sequence of events. So if something happens, then another thing happens. So if this condition is true, then the next one is true as well. And today we're talking about zero conditional. And let's see when we use this and what structure we've got. So first of all, we use zero conditional to talk about things that are always true, like a scientific fact. So what does it mean? Let's look at the examples. If you freeze water, it turns into ice. You have two parts. The first one is if you freeze water, that's your condition, and then the result, it turns into ice. So it means that if you follow this thing, this advice, if we can say so, if you do freeze water, then anyway, it turns into ice. It is always when you freeze water, it turns into ice. And that is a scientific fact because you know that for this temperature, you won't have liquid water, you will have only ice. That's why we call it a scientific fact. Another thing, and if you heat water at 100 degrees, it boils. Again, this condition, if it's true, if you take water and if you heat it at 100 degrees, you can have the water that boils, and it means that you can, for example, make some tea for you. And always, if you make this 100 degrees, then it always boils. So that's a scientific fact too. Hope you understand the usage and these examples. And now let's look at the structure here. So the structure of conditional, it's always two parts, and one part is followed by the word if. So the word if, it shows the condition, and if you follow this condition, then something can happen. So for example, if something, then something. In zero conditional, your if clause or condition must be in the present simple tense. You can see this in the examples. If you freeze water, you see this. Yeah, freeze, it's in the present simple tense. And then the result in zero conditional must be in the present simple tense too. If you freeze water, it turns into ice. So you don't have anything else because this is the thing that always happens, that is a true fact all the time. And you don't need to use any other tenses, just the present simple for if clause and the present simple for result. Let's have a look at this picture on the right. You have the structure here too. You can see this here. So if and condition, present simple plus result in present simple too. So if you leave ice in the sun, it melts. If the word here, condition, and result also there. And you can see that here we also have a comma in between. And so just a little bit more information. Zero conditionals are used for facts that are generally true and do not change. And it refers to a general situation that always happens if condition is met. But you need to remember one more thing about the commas here. Your condition or if clause, it can be at the first place. Like if something happens, then another thing happens. If you stand in the rain, that's condition, you get wet. That's result. And in this case, if your condition goes first, you need to use a comma after this condition. But sometimes you can have the result first, and only then you can mention this condition. For example, you get wet if you stand in the rain. Literally the same meaning, but result goes first, and then only then we have the condition. And in this case, if you have result first and only then you have condition, you don't need to use a comma. You can see it here. If you stand in the rain, comma, you get wet. Comma is necessary. You get wet, no comma if you stand in the rain. So no comma here. It's not necessary to use that because result goes first. Okay, one more time just to sum up. We use zero conditional to talk about things that are always true, usually scientific facts. And the structure is the word if plus present simple, and then result must be in the present simple too. But sometimes result can go first, and if it goes first, then you don't need to use a comma. So this is how it works. And now it's time for us to practice a little bit with zero conditionals. And here is the grammar professional's task. We've got 9 sentences, and the words in these sentences, they are scrambled. And we need to unscramble them to make the correct order of the words in the sentence. Remember that these are zero conditional sentences, so don't forget about commas here. If you have condition first, but if you want to make the result first, then you don't need a comma. So I'm going to explain number 1, and then we can do number 2, 3, 4, and so on together. You can write this in the comments in our chat. So number 1, I'm reading. Not I get busy if and bored. So just like random words, if we can say so. And we need to order these words. So how can we do that? I wanted to use the result first, so I won't need a comma. That's why it sounds like this. I get bored. This is my result. And then condition. If I'm not busy. So what happens? I get bored. Why it happens? If I'm not busy. So let me write this one. But also you could use it like, if I'm not busy, I get bored. That's literally the same. But here, guys, you don't need a comma, so you leave it just like this. No comma here. That's totally fine to use it like this. Number 2, let's write this one. Happy if I'm happy you're. I can already see one person writing this one. So Veronica is saying, if you're happy, I'm happy. That's correct. But Veronica, do we need a comma in this case? Or I'm happy if you're happy. Okay. So if you're happy, I'm happy. So in this case, if you use if clause or condition at the first place, you need a comma. But if you say, I'm happy if you're happy, then you don't need to use a comma. So guys, only if the word if is on the first place. Then number 3, and you fat if exercise, eat, don't, you healthily get. So let's put these words in the correct order. I'm pretty sure you can do this one. So just go ahead and write, please, number 3 and the correct order for this one. Let's do this, guys. Number 3. Maybe it's a little bit more complicated, number 2, but let's do this. I know that you can do this. So, any ideas here? If you don't eat healthily and exercise, you get fat. That's correct, Costa. Very good. But here you need a comma because if close goes first. So please don't forget about this. If you don't eat healthily and exercise, you get fat. Very good. Number 4. Time having flies your fun when. So guys, let's write number 4. Time having flies your fun when. So you can say it this way. Time flies when you're having fun. Or when you're having fun, time flies. So guys, if you have this option, then it's very good. And you are right. Number 5. Water you boil evaporates it if. So let's write this one. So guys, don't forget to write, please. Yeah. If you boil water, it evaporates. That's true. Okay, good. I'm gonna read the next one. You, when, look, feel good. Good, you. So write in the comments, please, what you think we can have here for this one. So guys, I'm waiting for your replies here. Okay. Just 5 more seconds to think. And yeah, when you feel good, you look good. That's true. Number 7. Postman shower when the I arrives a takes. Take. So what can you say about this one? Okay, your option here. When I take a shower, the postman arrives. You think so, right? Then number 8, about I, whenever, smile, think, I, and her. So, your idea about this one? Yeah, whenever I think about her, I smile. That will be correct. Then number 9, where, outside, when, cold, cold, I, its, and my. So let's do this. So what do we have here? I wear my coat when it's cold outside. Yeah. Or we can say when it's cold outside, I wear my coat. That's right. But guys, don't forget that if you have this phrase when it's cold outside first, then you need a comma. But if you have I may wear my coat and then when it's cold outside, you don't need to use a comma here. So guys, well done. We are ready with this one. Now it's time for us to play a little bit. So we're going to have the game called Spin the Wheel. And here we're going to spin the wheel, and there you will have different phrases, the beginnings of the phrases, and then you need to finish these sentences. So I spin the wheel and you choose the correct ending to this sentence. So let's start. So our first part is, if the sun is bright, let's finish this sentence. Just write in the comments, please, what can happen, like what result can be if the sun is bright. For example, if the sun is bright, we go to the beach. It's like the true fact about us that happens only if we have the sun shining brightly. So guys, write please in the comments what you think we can have here. If the sun is bright, and your ideas, please. If the sun is bright, the weather is hot. Yes, that's true. Okay, what else? If the sun is bright, it is hot. But if you write it was hot, here you need to use the present simple because we're talking about zero conditional. And in zero conditional, we need to use the present simple tense everywhere. So then if the sun is bright, I go home. Then you can change it like this. Okay, let's have another part of the sentence and to complete this one. If the sun is bright, we have to wear a hat. Yeah, that's true. Let's have another one. If you learn English, let's write what we can have here. I can say, if you learn English, you travel a lot. Finish the sentence with this part. If you learn English, if you learn English, you know more. Yeah. Or if you learn English, you can speak English. That's right. If you learn English, you are very clever. Okay, very good. Nice work, everybody. Let's have another one. Okay. If the weather is nice, what we can do if the weather is nice? For example, I can say a true fact about myself. If the weather is nice, I go to the park or I go for a walk. What about you? What option can you use here? So write please in the comments. If the weather is nice, I go for a walk. If the weather is nice, we go to the beach. Yes. That's good. Okay, maybe one or two more. What else can we say with if the weather is nice? If the weather is nice, we can go to the playground. Okay, cool. So let's choose another one. And here is an interesting statement. If you mix red and blue, do you know what color you can get if you mix red and blue? So let's write, if you mix red and blue, you get what color? Do you know? So guys, if you mix red and blue, you get purple. Yes, that's right. Okay, the next one. If you go to bed earlier, I can share my idea. What can happen? If you go to bed earlier, you can sleep well. What are your ideas for this one? Let's have a little bit more. If you go to bed earlier, you get up earlier in the morning. Yes, that's true. Okay, nice. Then the next one. If you don't have money, maybe I could say, if you don't have money, you need to find a job. So what can you say, guys? So if you don't have money, you can find the way to earn the money. Or if you don't have money, you can ask your parents to give your money. Or if you don't have money, you are poor. Or if you don't have money, you can't buy food. Yeah, sad but true. Okay, let's have another one. If you miss the bus home, so what happens if you miss the bus home? I can say, if you miss the bus home, you can take a walk. Just, you can walk to your house. What do you think about this one? Or if you miss the bus home, you can wait for another one. Or if you miss the bus home, you can take a taxi. Yeah, very good. Okay. What about another one? If you have something to eat, what happens if you have something to eat? Maybe you can say, if you have something to eat, you don't need to go to the shop. Like, why do you need to go to the shop if you do have something to eat? Maybe you have some other ideas, just share them with us. Or if you have something to eat, you can eat. Okay. If you have something to eat, you can share your food with others. Okay, nice. So guys, let it be one more because we've got only 3 left. Well, if you buy a cat or a dog, what's then? So I would say if you buy a cat or a dog, you need to take care of it because it's your friend now. What do you think? Just share with us, please. Okay, or if you buy a cat or a dog, you can play with it. Okay, nice work, guys. Very good. So now it's time for us to move on. And now we have grammar Q&A, questions and answers. So try to think about zero conditional. And if you have questions, just write, please. And if you don't have any questions, then just write a minus or say that you don't have any questions. So please, I'm waiting for your comments if you have questions, or just let me know that you don't have any questions. Okay, no questions. Okay, cool. So then we can work with the words, with the vocabulary. And here it is, complete the exercise. And here are the different weather conditions. And we can say that sometimes weather can cause a lot of problems. And here you can see the pictures and the definitions of these um, weather conditions. So first of all, blizzard, a storm with a lot of snow. You can see that here. Then drought, when there is a very little rain for a long time. Then tornado, a storm with high winds that looks like a funnel. And flood, when there is too much rain very quickly. So guys, let's look at these pictures here and let's take the names of these weather conditions. So for example, picture number 1. Is it tornado or flood? Write please in the comments. Picture 1, number 1, and choose if it's a tornado or flood. That's tornado. That's true. Then number 2, if it's blizzard or drought. I can see Anastasia has sent all the answers. Okay. So Anastasia thinks that this is drought. Okay, cool. Then what can we say about number 3? Is it tornado or blizzard? Yeah, that's true. That's blizzard. And number 4, is it flood or drought? Yeah, sure. You're right. This is flood. Good. Okay, so have a look at these problematic weather types, if we can say so, and share and try to remember them if these are new for you. Okay, it's time for us to be vocabulary professionals. And here in this picture, you can see different types of weather. And now we're going to play bamboozle with these types of weather. And what you can see in the picture, different seasons, different types of weather, and you'll need to name that and write in the comments what you can see there. So it's time for us to play. I'm picking one number. You look here and you need to write what you can see there. So let's start. Well, for the first one, you don't really need to write anything because we just simply win 50 points and this is our lucky time. So I hope that we don't lose points next time and you can name all the pictures there. Okay, look here, please, at this picture and write, what season is it? So write down in the comments, please, what season you can see in this picture. So guys, share, please. Spring, you think? Or summer? Spring or summer? Okay, let us check. That's spring actually, because tulips, they usually blossom in spring. Okay, let me choose this one. What was the weather like last autumn? You can look at this picture. This picture is going to help you to say what was the weather like last autumn. So just look at the picture and write one characteristic of the summer. So, your ideas, please. Rainy. Okay, let us check. Indeed, it was rainy. That's true. Well, probably last autumn it was rainy in Ukraine as well. So, when do Americans and Canadians celebrate Thanksgiving? You just need to write the month or at least the season. So it's not necessary to write the date, just write the month or season. Have you heard about this holiday before, by the way? November. Okay, that's true. Good, that's in autumn. Okay, what season is it in this picture? What can you see here? That's winter. That's true. Okay, we're lucky once again. Win 20 points. Very good. The next question. When do English and Americans celebrate Halloween? What season is it then? So let's name the season, the month, and if you remember, you can also name the date. So guys, don't forget to write this in the chat, in the comments. Okay, you're right. That's in autumn. Let's say the month. That's October. The 31st of October. Good. What was she wearing last Monday? You need to look at the picture and say what this girl was wearing last Monday. Just like from the picture. Okay, any ideas here? The dress. Okay, that's true. Okay, when do we celebrate Easter? You need to name the season. So guys, what season is that for Easter? Let's name that. Yeah, you're right. That's spring. Good. Next one. When do we celebrate Christmas? Again, you need to name the season, but if you can name the date, that's good. And by the way, you can name 2 days for Catholic Christmas and also for Orthodox Christmas. Because different churches have a different like day for celebration. Yeah, that's in winter, but when exactly? Do you know? 25th of December. Yeah, that's for Catholic Church, and for Orthodox, that's the 7th of January. Good. No points here. Not that's one. But this one. What season is it? That's a very nice season, by the way. Maybe not for everybody, but probably that's pretty good. That's summer. That's good. Okay, and when do we have holidays? What season is that? Like long holidays, I mean. Yeah, you're right. That's in summer too. Okay, the next one, no points. Well, at least we don't lose them. Okay, what was the weather like yesterday? Well, that's the same in the picture, but by the way, that's the same in real life. So what was the weather like yesterday? Both in the picture and in real life. It was very hot. That's true. Okay, let's pick this one. What is the weather like in winter? So guys, let's just name all the things about the winter, all types of weather that we can have in winter. Yeah, so you're right. That's cold, snowy, sometimes rainy or foggy sometimes. Blizzard, ice, you can see there. That's true. And of course, it's cold. Result 250 points. Never lose. That's just about us. Okay, nice work, everybody. So, guys, you can share in the comments what weather you personally like. So, just write in the comments what's your favorite weather. And now we're moving on. We're ready with this one. So you can write about your favorite weather, and now it's time for vocabulary Q&A. And if you have questions, you can write them now in the comments. And if you don't have questions, just a minus or the phrase that you have no questions. Okay, so I'm waiting just to see if you have the questions or not. Okay, then, no questions. Okay, good. By the way, can you say what is the weather like today in your city where you live? Share with us, please. So, for example, in my city, it's very hot today. There are no clouds on the sky, and it's really sunny. Probably it's like plus 32 or something, so it's like super hot today. What about your city? You can share with us. So I guess you also have very hot weather. Yeah, hot, very hot. Yeah, that's right. Plus 40 degrees. Oh my gosh. It feels like plus 40, I guess. Maybe it's not really true that it's plus 40. Oh, everybody's saying that it's very hot. Yeah, sure, because it's summer. It would be weird if it was like -5. I can swim in the sea all day long. Wow, you're lucky. You're lucky that you can swim in the sea. Sunny and hot. Yeah, that's very good. but if it's not too hot, because sometimes it can be really hard to feel that. Okay, well, it's time for us to check the number of these shapes. So here it is: 19 stars, 13 hearts, 13 rhombuses, and 18 smiles. So if you have this number, that's very good. Okay, and now guys, let me show you the next thing that you need to do for the next week. So this is the project time again, and the project name is "What's Your You Are What You Eat" project. You are what you eat, or we are what we eat. You can name it any way you want. And also, here are some examples of the pictures of posters that you can create. So, you are what you eat. For example, if you eat healthy food, you're happy, everything is okay. But if you eat unhealthy food, it's not really good for your organism and it's not so cool. But you can say maybe something about balanced diet. So, like if you eat healthy food sometimes and unhealthy from time to time, yeah, about the amount maybe of the food you eat and so on. And you can create this project in any form you like. So it means that you can make a poster, you can paint a picture, you can shoot a video, or maybe you can make a brochure or something, just anything you like on your computer, on on the paper, anything you want. But this project is called "You Are What You Eat," or "We Are What We Eat." And now let me show you where you need to upload this project. So here it is. Here is the folder. And right now I'm sharing this with you. So I'm copying this link and I'm sending this to you right now. And this link will also be in the messages. So this will be, I'm going to show you. So just a few words on how to upload this. You need to click "Создать" and "Загрузить файлы." You can choose anything you like. Click on "Открыть." And there you will upload the picture. You can change the name, переименовать, yeah. And don't forget to write this name because I need to know who you are, yeah, whose picture is that. So here is your group, and the message will be in загальный chat. Yeah, new project. I'm writing new project. You are what you eat. And please upload here. Follow this link, please, because that link, it's not available. You need to open only that link that I have sent to you right now. So one more time, this can be any form you want, but about "You Are What You Eat," please. And don't forget to check your messages, the Halni chat. And also, you can see your projects next time, and you can share your ideas with us. So next time we're going to look through this. But guys, if you send later than Friday, we're not going to see this project. So if you send later, we're not going to, not like, to show your project to everybody during the webinar. So please do this on time, maybe not on Friday morning, but please maybe at the weekend or maybe on Monday or Tuesday, just like to make sure that we can see your project and your project is available for us. So try to do this, please. Okay, so it's time for us to finish. Uh, This week you have learned zero conditional and the words about weather. So thank you for being here and thank you for practicing this stuff. Don't forget about the projects. I'm waiting for them. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And next time we're going to look through them together at the beginning of the webinar. So wish you to have a nice week, everybody. See you. Goodbye.